Okay, let's do a test. It seems to be working. Okay, yeah, might as well get started here. Um, so the first thing we're gonna work on is this codegen piece. We have a massive map. This basically tells the code what resource we want to use for a certain field type, and initially Brandon and we kept this in, and this is the blitzs.config.ts file that every new app is generated with. So we initially had it in there, and the thought was that if people saw it, they might be curious about what it actually did, and they might learn more about how they can potentially customize their own generators and write their own templates. But I think it might just be a bit too big, and it's something that I think we're going to leave out of here and just have in the code, and we'll have documentation, I guess, that tells people that they can add this by themselves. So that is the first thing on our agenda. So let me add that in here. Once it is removed from the base template, though, we'll need to make sure that everything works like it did before. So that's 2 tasks for that one item we have there. Okay, and you can follow along at this link if you want to see any edits to this while I'm working on the code here. So let's get rid of that, get back here, let's go to the examples auth folder. I already ran yarn dev over here, so we have our blitz file running, is blitz application. So here this is before any changes, so let's just do a test to make sure everything's running. Okay, so yeah, that's what I did before, and it seems to work. So yeah, let's remove that change, and what we want to do is remove it from templates. So templates are found in packages, generator, templates, app, and in here we have blitz.config.ts. We want to remove this. Okay, and how the code I wrote handled this is it would first try to get it from config, and if it didn't exist, it was wrapped in a try block. So I think I have that in generate. Is it generate? I don't think so. I don't even know where I kept this. So let's just try to go back from one of these classes that uses a builder that would use the code we needed. So this guy extends generator options. We're looking for a builder class here. Oh, of course, model generator is actually the one class that doesn't use a builder. So let me just look for builders and see if I can work my way back from there. So we got get template values. We're looking for get field template values. And so here is where we get config. Let me just check all of the other spots it could be. So config code gen, we have 3 spots in here that do it. And they both sort of use the same approach. They have like a try block that tries to get the value first. So I think as is, this should work because we're going to try to get the value. We're going to fail because it's not present in the app. And if it is, it's what we want to use. So we are going to sort of populate, like that logic kind of works already. And if it fails, this is what we want to watch out for, is our defaults need to be the fallbacks. So this is going to be different. The fallback code gen is okay. And typing, let's see, it is, I wonder if we can get the type from that code gen location. Be type of, not that great with TypeScript. We can do next config complete dot okay, let's try to do get type of object. See how that works. Okay, type of as that seems to be what we need. So type of next config complete. Isn't this what we wanted though? Config shared. Next config. Code gen is at the bottom somewhere here. Yeah. Yeah. I guess for now we could just copy this, and if there's a way to get that more efficient, we'll probably do that later. This guy can go away. Okay, and where were we before this? Builder.ts. I gotta remember that. Okay. We're trying to find fallback code gen. We're gonna say it is of this type. There's no initializer, and it's not definitely initializer. Okay. Okay. That does not look nice, but it should work for now. Okay, fallback code gen is what we added in here, and this is what we want to modify if we want to change our defaults. So, yep, cool. Going back to the places, there's 2 spots that this is used in, and I miss a couple of them. I'm looking for the issue. Okay, here it is. So map would be this dot fallback codegen dot field type map type name. The resources array would be and this could be simplified a little bit, I think, if oh, okay. This dot get cached config. I think I might actually not been right in assuming that this covered our use case, because I think what we're doing here is trying to get config here, and this might fail, right? Or actually, no, this is just config, right? This is just a config object. So if you don't find the config object, that is a problem. We will find the config object, but we might not find the code gen key within here. And so if we try to access field type map on the code gen key, that should fail. So we're very good there. Okay, so what I was trying to do was like simplify this because this should be the same, all of this stuff. So field type map, we would just do resources array be equal to objects.keys. Are we doing this right? Hold on, let me think about this a little bit more. So we're getting the map from config, that's the entire map, and the resources array is just the keys from that same map. So we actually need two maps technically, I guess. And I think at that point they're distinct enough that we can leave these two separate. So let's leave them there for now then. Okay, this is the fallback codegen. This map resource array would be the keys for this guy. Now, thinking about that a little bit more, I actually think I know how to simplify this. Okay, let's do that, because that is the same thing. So this would be that, right? Yeah. So now we can move this outside. So yeah, now the operation is trying to get the codegen map from the Blitzjs config. If that fails, we use the fallback codegen map, and then we do the resources array. And I think I might have another simplification I could do here. Do let values So what this is doing is we're looping through each resources array, and what resources array is just the keys in this field type map. So it's it's going to be component, input, soft type, Prisma type, anything else someone adds. So those keys, looping through those, and we're adding them. But the issue here is, or I guess our simplification we could do is just do values, or we set values to be spread values, and we spread resources array, because what we're doing here is we're getting the keys and we're just adding them onto values with the values, you know. So yeah, I think that should work. Okay, found one error. Where's that error? Map is declared, but its value is never used. Oh, okay. I deleted a bit too much. Or no, I did not. I didn't enter in the right thing. We want this extra map to be in here. Okay. And we don't need this resources array anymore. Okay. So there was another spot that used config.codegen that do the same here. Get resource value from config. So this guy is getting config. It is template value. It's sort of doing this larger things. Instead, this is going to be fallback config field type map, and then we're going to do the same field type resource thing over here. We could do map, and then, you know, but I think at this point this is simple enough that we can leave it alone. So I found 0 errors. That's good. So to test this, we have our auth folder. So auth examples auth is what we typically use to test things. Let's test this out. Okay, examples, where's examples? Examples auth blitzs.config.ts. So let's get rid of this and see if things still work. Okay, so what changes do we have? Yeah, those 3. We're going to do blitzg field 1, field 2, it's going to be string, field 3, it's going to be EID. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, so right off there is a few issues here. That is not right. Field 2 is right, field 3 is right, but field 3 needs a the UUID additions. So let's I think those might be additional issues we might have to address. So I'm going to add them to here. And specifies the UID. So decorator, I think it's a decorator. Okay. One of the things that does happen is I often have to reload code, so let's do that before we start doing debug statements and so on. Packages generator. Let's get rid of this guy. Yarn dev. No. Schema la Prisma. We're gonna discard changes there. Okay, I forgot to switch back to the other view. Let me remove this. Okay. Still loading changes. Okay, we're done. Nope, we're still having that same issue. So let's see. Okay, that's right. The way, yeah, it's good we use the model. The model generate one, because model generator, what I worked on last, actually has a different way to check what field types it maps to. So if you go in here, we see I have that logic in here somewhere, or no, I don't have it in model generator, I have it in field. These lines are what are doing the actual heavy lifting. So if I go in here, I go down to get Prisma type for field type. This is another spot using that same logic. So this might have to be modularized a bit more, I think. We might need defaults set at another location, or this technically is sort of a builder, but this existed way before I came in with the different builders for different resource types. So I think extracting this into its own utility might be a good idea. So yeah, let's do that. Fallback bullet. Well, I just wondered what this could be used for, but let's do load get code gen good codegen map, and go codegen. What's a good name for the thing that codegen is? Codegen value. And just get codegen. That doesn't seem right. I think it's understandable enough, so let's leave it at that. We go to builder, and builder is going to use the get codegen utility instead. We need a function that will return a map for a we could actually do multiple methods in there. So get codegen. How do the others? Okay, this is how we sort of do it. Export columns. Get codegen key from config. You could also do some utility methods. So codegen key consists in I think this has to be async, so that works. Yeah, let's see. I think the cache can also be moved in here. Async. It's going to be export const fallback. Where did I put my fallback? It's a pretty big fallback. There it is. Fallback codegen. That's what I called it. So this, you are coming with me. public fallback codegen. Okay, this is good. And back to builder, get resource value from config. This guy is also coming with me. This is going to become get resource value from codegen instead. We're still going to have, oh, gotta rename this, export cons async. Yeah, the cached config is also going to be pulled out from there. I wonder how it works if it's not inside a class though. I think it has to be a static something. I don't really know too much about how static stuff works outside of it, so I'm gonna attempt it, and if it doesn't work, we won't use that. Get cached. The thing here is there could be a separate utility for getting the cached config, and there could be a separate utility for getting the cached codegen. So I don't know if it's a good idea to put the cached codegen value or the cached config value inside of something that says get codegen. So what I'm going to do is just remove that, and all of the spots that have errors now need to be fixed. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm using these anywhere either, but let's get to those later. The two big spots that have issues would be here, like this get cached config location, and the other location which I have already removed, and that's why those other spots are screaming. We'll want to export out of that utility and import in here, and then we can use stuff. So import get resource value from codegen. No, that's not what we want. Import get codegen from this file. Okay, get it from dot slash utils slash get codegen. Okay, values never used. Is the get codegen. Okay, it does not exist right here. Right. Okay, get codegen is going to return us that, and we're just going to remove this out. Okay, and so the fallback logic should happen in there. So what I'm going to do is copy this. Replace that stuff, so let's remove hold up, yeah. Next map is going to be that. Yeah. Okay, so if you go back to codegen, I'm going to go to builder and get what we got from here instead. Next config complete, generator options, what? How did we get cached config? This is what we want, load config at runtime. Yeah, this whole thing. Just gonna do return. Oh wait, no. What am I saying? Config is that. Now, what we do is we try codegen found config. It's not that big an issue here, so let's not do that. Config dot. I'm actually not sure how to check if a key exists, so I'm gonna look that up real quick. Let's Alright, Stack Overflow. Oh, thank you very much. If key undefined. Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, if it is undefined, we don't want it, so we're going to use that. A codegen could be there, and someone could have, done something like what the answer said. Codegen. Why would they want to do that, right? Unless we have some reason for codegen to be explicitly set to undefined, other than to use the fallback map, I don't see why that would be an issue. So we are going to do this. If codegen is codegen is not equal to undefined, yeah. There's other issues though. We might want Zod to try to parse potentially verify that codegen is well formed using Zod, because what could potentially happen is it's not undefined, but it's garbage. Someone's we either made like a mistake in the codegen key, the values that it has, and anything that uses codegen downstream is then using bad values. So let's put a to-do in there for now, I guess. But okay. If codegen is not equal to undefined, we're going to return config.codegen. Otherwise, we're returning fallback codegen. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So that should be good. The promise of next config complete. That's what we want. Sending return statement. Okay, what have I done here? Yep, I don't have an opening brace for that if. Okay, how do I? It's time for some more Googling. I think I can get this. TypeScript. Sub. Type. Alright, I think it's subset of type. Might be a better search. Yeah, maybe we'll pass an interrupt, we'll just pass an email. We'll check on both. Partial. Pick. Okay. Let's see if that works. Pick. With the syntax here. Back to coding. We're going to do pick. We're going to have next config complete. And we are going to pick codegen. Codegen is missing in type. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, because what we're doing is we don't have an object that has codegen in it. Instead, we have the contents of codegen. Can we pick all of it somehow? Actually, we do partial of pick of next config complete codegen. Could be what we want. So let's try that. Field type map. Okay. There's no properties in common with that guy. Okay. What I'm trying to do is get the type of codegen, and I don't think codegen is strongly typed right now. Okay. I really don't like doing this, but yeah, I mean, if that works, I'll take it. You know. So get codegen. We're gonna go back to where. I'm confused now. Where did I stop? I just need builder.ts, but I don't need the git stuff with it. So I might get codegen. This guy is strongly typed, so yep. Codegen.field. What? Oh yeah, that's right. There we go. I don't like this syntax that much, but it is getting us what we need, so yeah, I think I'll leave this for now then. Okie doke. We get map, we do this. But now we go to, where's our other guy? What was the model generator? It was field.ts. Field.ts is over here. We're going to get utilities. We're going to get resource for whatever, you know. So get resource value from codegen. Field type is field type. Prisma type key that I hard coded it in here. I think if we do change that, we're going to have issues. So I think do a tool here. I think this would be fixed if we had a unit test that, or an integration test, CLI test that ran this test. And if this broke, we would then have to look in here. I think that is coming with one of the updates where we have CLI tests via Cypress. I think Brandon talked about that sometime, but we don't have it right now. So that's why I am not working on any tests. I'm just writing this stuff. So, yeah. Okay. Integration test on the CLI. Yeah. Get resource value from codegen. The good thing here is that we don't need any of these, right? The problem is this warning is not here anymore. So this warning is going to have to be taken down a bit. Yeah. So let's do that. Prisma type is await get, you know, whatever. And then if we go back to get codegen, we're going to have to this guy. I'll fix that first, but coming back here, we're also going to need a try catch block here because this can fail. Okay, so we got log, so log should tell people that config loading failed, and we're using a fallback map here. Excuse me. Okay, what else? Now, config won't necessarily have codegen. That will have to happen in here, right? So, let's do this. So, if everything goes well with loading stuff over here, we then still have to check if codegen exists. If it does not, still going to return the fallback map. Okay. Now this is what Prisma, the model generator, the field thing uses. We're going to get codegen. Okay. And then we're going to return codegen.fieldTypeMap, all of that good stuff. Okay, this file now has no errors. Let's get back to over here. Am I even using this anywhere? Get, yeah, field values builder. What is going on here? I'm actually not sure. If we have extra args, it checks. Value name is ID. Okay, I think this is where we check to see if one of them is the ID and we're actually hard coding this get consort type thing. So we're using it. These should be awaits, right? Or, well, since I'm just returning this, we're good here. Returning a promise, so yeah. Okay, any more errors? This next config complete is not used in builder. Okay, found 0 errors. Let's go back to field.ts, make sure everything is okay here. Because what we changed was get prisma type field type. Okay, prisma type string, prisma type key is that, prisma type await get resource value from codegen. And that is await get codegen. This guy is going to load config at runtime. We're going to get config, and if we succeed, we check if codegen exists. If it is not undefined, and potentially want to make sure it's well formed, but we then return this back if it is undefined, or if it doesn't exist, we're going to send the fallback codegen map back, which is what we had initially set up in templates, which is now gone. We return that, and then we log a warning if we actually couldn't find this in the codegen location. So now we get codegen, our template value is now going to be codegen.fieldTypeMap field type, which is what the user passes in. Resource is the also what we're looking for, which is passed in the function. That is the template value. So if we go back to here, if we have the debug thing turned on, then we get the correct Prisma type, and then we return Prisma type. Okay, just to be sure, I'm going to restart the yarn process, yarn dev. Okay. Yeah, let's remove this. Okay, so we got int. That's what we want. Before I test out all, what I want to do is test out whether adding is something into adding something in blitzs.config.ts here is going to give us what we want. So I had int, right? I had int here, and I had number. So I had number giving us a Prisma type of int. So if I want something completely random, I would do that, and it will try to output that, right, when I put a number. So let's try this again, but this time it hopefully picks up yeah, what's needed. Okay, blitzs.config compiled, and nope, that didn't work for some reason. We used number, right? Int begin number, yeah. Prisma type, it should have given us that ASDS thing. So what I'm going to do is try to debug debug equals star. Let's try this again. Okay, Prisma type for number is that. So it picks that up, but oh, okay. I think the issue was I didn't reset this, which was something I mentioned in one of the comments in the pull request. So if a model already exists, it doesn't seem to be getting overwritten. So let's just make sure that is the case. I'm going to do that again. Yeah, so the new key is getting pulled from blitzs.config.ts if it does exist. So yeah, okay. So that logic works for model. What we're going to do now is blitzs.config.ts. I do not care too much about the examples folder right now. What I want to try to do is all and make sure that is still working. So let's g all test right. We're going to do the same thing and see if we have any errors. So let's go. Yeah, I know that's an issue, but type cache. Okay, we generated all our files we were supposed to. So no issues there. Let's look at the test form. Yeah, the codegen thing works there too. I mean, I guess if I wanted to be completely sure, I could replace the input types and make sure they're being pulled from the right places as well, but I don't think that's an issue because everything goes through builder.ts, and builder.ts is, you know, the one being updated there. But just in case, this is really what we got to be careful of. So if I have anything in codegen that is loading config at runtime and doing something different, that has to be stopped. So next packages, yeah. The only location in Blitz that is loading config at runtime is our get codegen utility, so we're actually good on that front too. So I think we're good to commit this change, and that took longer than I expected. That took like an hour. Yeah, it's an hour and 3 minutes. So yeah, I might stop for today and we can investigate the other issue, which is kind of bizarre. So we're trying to copy template files from, so the way I guess the template, or I guess the way the code knows which template to use is it checks this sort of templates folder. But what we want to do is to check if a templated file already exists that was based off of this. So we will check if so for example, if we use the auth folder and we already generated a bunch of resource files in here, if we did another generate command, we would want to search in here and check if files existed and then use those potentially. But the issue is I'm having problems with the copy function, and it's not recognizing path names that have the squared braces. So like these, it has issues with, and we have file names that contain those. So we have, you know, where's template in here, right? Or mutations maybe. I know in one of these, or I guess this gets replaced with like something that has braces in it, and that is causing issues. So that is something I might have to save for next time. But yeah, let's commit these changes now. So these are all things that are committed in examples. Okay, this is something I wanted to remove from examples as well, so let's do that. And or maybe it might be useful to have these in examples. I don't know. I'll leave them for now. But everything that is not in examples is something we want to commit. So let's review these changes. Removing that, modifying that, that's good. Removing that. Okay, await get codegen. Yeah, that's fine. Field is now using the utility thingy. Okay, get codegen. This is our new utility. Blitz config ts is now, the template itself will now not have the codegen key with values inside of it. files. Oh, which one? What did I do? Okay, let's save. Let's see what git shows. I don't think I made any changes here, did I? Well, I'm gonna have to run that test once more, but I don't think there's any changes here. So, oh yeah, that's right. All right. Let's do this once more. Right, stuff's still working, so yep, that's it. Well, thank you all for watching. Yeah, hope that was at least a little bit educational in terms of like how the Blitz generator is working. I'm sure there's ways to make it more efficient and stuff, especially that getting config thing could potentially use some caching. So let me just look quickly to see if I can find I forget where in the file it's getting used, so hard to debug that now, but potentially something to maybe consider. Alright, well, thanks again for watching, and yeah, I might do this again sometime, so hopefully stream that too. Alright, see ya.